The right to raise our voice and express our opinion freely is at the heart of democratic societies that we cherish so much. In many of its forms, the right to freedom of peaceful assembly is a human right that everyone is entitled to exercise without discrimination, together with others. But unlawful and excessive use of force by law enforcement can prevent us from exercising this right freely. That is why it is so important to learn about the key principles of human rights compliant assembly policing. To start with, law enforcement should facilitate assemblies through dialogue and communication to diffuse any possible tensions and avoid the need to use force. National laws must be respected whenever force is used. These laws must be clear, predictable, and accessible to everyone, and must be in line with international human rights standards. Law enforcement may only use the minimum force necessary with a prior warning. Once the pressing need has passed, further use of force is not allowed. The principle of proportionality means that law enforcement officials' actions must be appropriate to the seriousness of the threat or offence that is or is about to be committed. The principle of precaution means paying attention to the needs and characteristics of different participants of the assembly, as well as bystanders. Law enforcement officers must always be accountable for their actions. The use of force must not be a result of any bias against assembly participants, for example, on the grounds of race, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, gender identity, or political affiliation. If you are not sure how to assess the actions of law enforcement, remember, force can be used only when all non-violent means are exhausted. Only a minimum level of force is permitted, appropriate to the situation. Law enforcement officials must always respect the principle of non-discrimination and be accountable for their actions.